Bro, this company has no goddamn respect for my sleep schedule. What is this? Post shower immediate trailer drop? I can't believe it. Anyway, we streamed once today and we're streaming once again because Hoyoverse said, you know what? We're going to drop the Cerydra trailer right now. Right now, 11 p.m. on a Thursday night. How could it be? But yeah, we're here. I have the energy, so we're going again. Cerydra is arguably my favorite character design in Star Rail, as from a playable character perspective. And even if you include everyone, I think Cerydra is still my favorite character design. She's not my favorite character. Let me say that right now. But she might be my favorite just design in the game. I love her chest aesthetic, the color palette that she has, her hair, the outfit that she wears. Everything about Cerydra's design is absolute peak, and it is by far one of my favorite designs in just the entire game. Like I said, arguably my favorite. So, but yeah, so they dropped a trailer. What I'm expecting here is something pretty exciting because I think Heistlands had a more, I want to say, tame trailer. You know, it wasn't exactly revealing anything too extensive. It was more focused on the character's quirks and her traits and her personality, right? And where she fit within Amphorius. Well, I think Cerydra is going to be a bit more lore intensive. I think we're going to get a little bit more interesting discussion items to talk about. I think we're going to get just a tad bit more on the overall narrative of Star Rail. I don't think we're going to flash forward much at all, but I definitely do think we're going to get a little bit of perspective on 3.5 and what we played in 3.5, but more, you know, from her POV. So that should be pretty cool. So yeah, I'm excited to see that. I'm hoping that we see Heistlands in some capacity in her trailer. That'd be really cool. So yeah, it should be interesting. So we're going to go through the regular process, but whenever we do one of these things, it's going to be, you know, reacting to the trailer in full, no pausing, no stopping. We're going to watch the trailer as it was intended, right? The creators have pacing, made it, you know, with pacing in consideration. Then we'll go back, we'll watch it again, you know, once again, no pausing, in full. We will just try to be more attentive this time, let the emotions die down a little bit, right? Try to be more observant. And then finally, once we get to the third rewatch, we will go pause frame by frame. Well, not exactly frame by frame, but we'll pause. We'll take a look at different frames. We'll try to theorize. We'll discuss anything that we found particularly interesting. So that should be a fun time. So usually we go three rewatches. The first rewatch, well, the first watch, and then two more rewatches. That's the way I like to do these trailers. So yeah, kind of interesting that they're dropping this trailer this early. I think they usually drop them a bit later, but who knows? Maybe this is just the schedule and I've just kind of lost perspective on it. So she comes out in like almost a week, right? Like a little under a week. So she should come out around noon next Wednesday, my time at least. Now, for, you know, different people in different parts of the world, it might be a bit different, but she's going to come out in I think 6 days. So it's a bit early to be dropping the trailer, but hey, I ain't complaining. More trailers means more lore potentially. So we're gonna go ahead and jump right in, guys. Let me go ahead and bring up YouTube chat just in case you guys want to chat with me here. And we are transitioning over. And here we are. So I pulled it up beforehand. I got really excited with the chess theme here, and I'm pretty sure that's Lygas's hand right there in the upper left. You guys might think I'm wrong. That I think that's Lygas's hand. I don't really think anyone else has a hand that looks like that. So if Lygas is involved with this somehow, oh, I'm gonna love the imagery. This is gonna be fucking awesome. I think we're gonna go a bit louder than usual. I got a little bit of feedback from some of my viewers saying that sometimes the audio was a bit quiet, so we'll go a little bit louder than usual. And let's go ahead and jump in. So we've got closed captions on. Audio should be good. Okay. First watch, no pausing. We're gonna watch all the way through. What do we got for Imperator? What do you got for me? Oh shit. Oh, wait, this is such a dope way to start this.
And then fades away.
Oh, what a beginning. What an intro. There she is. depicting war as a chess fight.
Their path only lies in arms
And
of kings.
oh, this, oh my god, what a shot. What a shot that was. Oh, this is such a dope trailer. Holy shit, the visuals are insane. Depicting their armies, the Black Tide and the forces of Akama as pieces on the board. I mean, it should be simple.
And oaths and friendship
Oh, the shadow aura.
Foolish question.
Yo, damn.
all bones turn to dust.
Holy shit, is he transforming? Do we get to see his transformation? Oh, the chess piece breaking was dope.
Even if you must fight
Yo.
and doubts of the past strike like a blade.
Holy crap.
How can one who doubts herself ever hope to rule others?
Oh, what a line,
How can
Cerydra.
one be Imperator if one only looks backward?
Oh, the blood dripping down the back of her hand.
The one who once swore the oath shall answer it. For I shall sound the triumphant anthem.
Yo. Wow. Bravo, Star Rail. Oh, wow. Talanton's peak. That might be my favorite Forest trailer. I'm not gonna lie. Well, no, hold on. My favorite non-Finan Amphoreus trailer. Let's be specific now, right? Finan's trailer is in a different stratosphere, right? There's nothing that's touching that. That's the best trailer we've had in Star Rail. Well, the best character trailer we've had in Star Rail. That's like, you don't even talk about it. You know, that's number one, just by default. But man, I mean, everything about this trailer was spot on. I mean, bringing in Lygus as, or I guess at this point, you know, spoiler alert, 3, 2, 1. If you haven't played 3.5, get out. Spoiler alert, Xander, you know, bringing in Lygus / Xander, having him play the foil on Cerydra's chessboard, her opponent. I mean, it wasn't really going to be anyone else, but I love the way they use the visuals so dynamically. It really felt like the chess match was just genuinely not a chessboard, but more like a real, you know, classic like war table, you know, like generals peering over the war table with actual landmarks and, you know, different elevations and the forces of Akama and the forces of the Black Tide moving in tandem and striking at each other. Man, that was so good. I really liked that trailer. The OST that dropped in as her name card popped up. I think we had a little bit of xylophone there. Oh, and the one intro. Talk about, you know, getting your attention. I was into the trailer like that. I was like, oh my god, dude. All right, let me focus up. Really, really good stuff. I mean, they really popped off with this trailer, and I'm happy to see that they put a little bit of extra attention into the visuals. The visuals were amazing this time. Holy crap. We're gonna watch it again. And this time I'm gonna pay a little bit more attention to the dialogue. We're not gonna stop, we're gonna keep going. All the way through, no pausing, no nothing like that, and then we will do the analysis later. I mean, just the camera movement.
Life cries out here, and then fades away. No one can control destiny.
Oh, I love that her hand comes out of the
Only
ground
lies
like that.
in palm of kings.
Oh, that's my favorite shot of the trailer.
Is also a prisoner of fate.
I mean, yes, technically she is, but
Just some fun on the chessboard.
wow, what a response.
Even if loyalty fades. And oaths and friendship begin to rust.
He's challenging her composure as a potential
Foolish
player
question.
on the chessboard. using Hysolence as a method.
Even if our bones turn to dust, and the path you came from falls to ruin,
Boring critique.
even if you must fight yourself,
Fight.
doubts of the past strike like a blade.
Oh, that's an
How can
amazing
one
shot as
doubt
well.
yourself ever hope to rule others? How can one be Imperator if one only
Right,
looks
exactly.
backwards? As for one who once swore the oath shall answer it.
I feel like Lygus is trying to challenge her conviction. Wow, that is an amazing trailer. So many dynamic shots. Really, really good. Really, really good. All right, we're gonna watch this solely by frame, as we usually do, and put it on mute. Okay, so yeah, the chess match starts off with I'm almost positive Lygus here, pushing this piece forward. It rolls, and then you get a couple of shots. This is what I assume to be Hysolence's final moments of Cerydra before, obviously, she kills her. And Lygus pressing some type of button. The scales of Talantin. I wonder what that means. This shot of the camera POV of what seems to be a random NPC soldier is so good. Like the perspective starts downward and the angle moves up slowly, and you see Cerydra in the background with just destruction around her, right? There's fire in the distance. You can see the mountains in the background. Trees are dead bodies lying on the ground. Really sells the intro, really sells what the trailer is going to be focused on and what it's about. She's holding in her hand, I think, just a normal chess piece. I was thinking maybe like it could be a representation of like the core flame, but no, I don't think so. Oh, and here we go. We're back to the black screen, ladies and gentlemen. You gotta love it. That means OBS for me is now frozen. So I will be transitioning to using Twitch as my, hold on. Here, I'm gonna bring this to the next screen. Scuff stream. Scuff stream. Ooh, actually, let's go here. Looks like my display capture completely froze. Okay, so let's do that, and then if we go back to this overlay, are we good now? Okay, we are good. Perfect. Okay, so it transitions over to her basically just watching the war unfold, which obviously is supposed to show her position as a commander, a ruler, someone who isn't necessarily going to get their hands dirty. I'm pretty sure that's the kind of thing they're wanting to show here. I think they're trying to sell you on the fact that she's almost uncaring, almost unmoved by the destruction that is occurring around her. To a certain extent, I think that's true. I think Cerydra isn't necessarily phased by the horrors of war and the consequences of war, but I don't think she's, apathetic to it. I think she understands how impactful it is to the lives that are lost, to the families of the lives that are lost, right? How much pain and harm war creates. But I just think she has so much conviction that she's, come to terms with, the consequences that her actions and choices will create, and she's been able to move on. For the most part, throughout this entire trailer, she's been very steadfast, very unmoved. Once again, more amazing dynamic character shots. And this is essentially Cerydra just directly calling out, the fact that war is effectively just decided by the people who are in charge, right? War is decided by two things: the quality of the commanders and, the actual numbers of soldiers and logistics. But, logistics is, relevant in everything. So amazing shot, by the way. I think that's I think that's the thumbnail that I used. Oh my god. Can we talk about this shot? Holy shit, is this shot amazing. Just the way the vortex of Genesis is in the background. Lygus and Cerydra just, they're leaning back. They look so happy. Like they're just like, yeah, these plebs just around us, we're the real chess players here. We're the real chess masters, you know what I mean? And Cerydra looks so casual. She has a piece in her hand. Her legs are crossed. So is Lygus, by the way. So fabulous, Lygus. Very fruity of you. I think there's a little bit of a smile there, but when is Lygus not smiling? Am I right? You get a little bit of here we go. The chess match begins, right? The quote unquote deployment, I suppose, I guess is the word that I'm looking for, of each of the armed forces of Akama and then of Lycus's Black Tide. And what I love about a lot of this trailer is that Cerydra is depicted as, you know, being a player on the of, you know, commanding the pieces on the board, but she's also depicted as being on the board, which makes sense because Lycus says it, right? She is a prisoner as well. Yes, she's one of the chess masters that's playing against Lycus, but she is very much her own piece that needs to move. She cannot afford to just sit back and do nothing. No, she has to command, she has to make decisions, but she also has to be on the battlefield directly, which shows how heavy of a burden she carries. She places a piece, you know, more amazing visuals depicting, you know, the chess match between Cerydra and Lygus. And I think at this point is where Lygus is trying to shake Cerydra in some capacity, right? I think he's trying to use Heislands, use the horrors of war, etc., to kind of try to, you know, shake her composure, to try. He did this with Finan, right? He would always approach Finan trying to, you know, destroy his determination. And I think this is similar to that, not necessarily the same approach as what he used against Finan. I think this is more just, hey, you're really smart and really intelligent, but I think Lygus recognizes that Cerydra has more of a conscience than she likes to let on. And so she starts bringing in elements that might, you know, distract her, that might, you know, appeal to her conscious or emotionally in some capacity, Heislands being the main method to do that. Cerydra is surprised by this, but I think very quickly she's able to move past this. So she answers like foolish questions. She's like, yeah, you are. She's basically like, why are you patronizing me? You know my ambition. You know my conviction. This is pointless, right? You know, play a fair game against me. Don't, you know, use these tricks and manipulations. So, and she keeps, you know, she keeps being absolutely badass. The visuals keep popping off. I love the way the chess pieces break apart. That is so cool. And now she takes on a more active role as she starts to lose more and more of her pieces. This part of the trailer, I think, is the most interesting part of the trailer. I think this shows Cerydra's slow, you know, more her slow like descent into becoming a more unfeeling, more apathetic ruler. We know that even before, you know, her death, Cerydra was still, for the most part, thinking about the people of Akama, thinking about, you know, what she could do to, you know, best, you know, uh, move Amphorius in the right direction. But at the same time, she was becoming more and more of a tyrant, more and more unfeeling. She was using people as sacrifices. She was making decisions that didn't really take into account the lies of Amphorius because she knew they were fake for the most part, right? She knew, like, okay, these lives, I can ultimately, you know, not assign that much value to them because they're not real. And, you know, if all ends well, all ends, you know, as intended, they're going to be back, right? We're going to go into a different cycle. We should be good, quote unquote. But yeah, I mean, the biggest reason Heislands ended up killing Cerydra is because Cerydra was, you know, going a bit too far. And I think this black version of Cerydra is supposed to showcase Cerydra's, you know, her initial perspective on war and rule and being a leader, right? You know, bearing that burden, her initial perspective, fighting against her slowly but surely building more apathetic POV towards, her quest, her journey. The crown breaking is such a good visual. I mean, she now at this point you kind of get the sense that, yeah, she's fighting a losing battle. She recognizes that she's fighting a losing battle, but she doesn't stop. She's doing whatever she can, everything she can to, play as well as she can on the chessboard, to deal as much damage as possible, and hopefully, she's able to defy fate, defy destiny, and pass on that, the achievements that she's made, the progress that she's been able to achieve, pass that on to potentially someone else. And obviously that's a trailblazer. And you just get this fantastic shot of Talantin's symbol in the background with her sitting on an empty throne, no one around her. Really great stuff. Really enjoy this trailer. Like I said, I think it is potentially my favorite Enforced trailer besides Finance. I mean, super great. The visuals are just on point. Really, really enjoyed it. So, but yeah, I think we're good. So let's go ahead and go back here. All right, perfect. Well, thank you guys so much for tuning in, everyone in my imaginary audience, anyone who was tuning in on Twitch or YouTube. Really enjoyed that. It was a lot of fun. We'll be summoning for Cerydra as soon as she releases next week. So that'll probably be Wednesday in the afternoon. I think she'll probably come out around noon my time, but obviously I'll be working. So it'll probably be that afternoon on Wednesday. So we'll be summoning for Cerydra. We're just trying to get Cerydra. We're not trying to get her Lycone. We're not trying to get anything else super fancy. I think Silverwolf is rerunning. I'm good on Silverwolf. So we'll be summoning for her next week. And yep, potentially we'll be reacting to more Cerydra trailers if she gets more. I don't think she's going to get an animated short. She maybe could get a Myriad Celestia. Who knows? If she does, we'll react to those as well as they come out. So should be a fun time. But yeah, this is always going to be a short one. So we're going to go ahead and call it for tonight. The rare double stream in one single day. Well, technically, actually, we started at midnight. So technically, we streamed on Friday, not Thursday for me. So yeah, double stream in one waking 24-hour, I suppose. So thank you guys so much for watching. We're gonna go ahead and call it here for tonight. Take care. Have a great afternoon, good evening, good morning, wherever you may be, however you may be listening. And I will talk to you guys next time. Peace, late.